binoculars, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with the issue of captaincy for Barca. Of course, it has been reported that Pedri is, winning the popularity within the dressing room to be one of the captains who will be voted among the two captains. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Atletico Madrid forward Joao Felix, after reports coming out yesterday that the player is still dreaming of a Barca move, which looks impossible, it is now reported that Javi is giving it a second thought. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba departing the club this summer, Barcelona have vacancies in their leadership group heading into the next season. The Catalans appoint four captains at the start of every season, and a voting process will be conducted soon for the players to choose the four keepers for the 2023-24 campaign. Unless there is any dramatic change, Sergio Roberto, the senior most player at the club, is to be voted as first captain. Following him should be Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who was made the captain after Piqué's retirement last season. It leaves two vacant slots for which captains will be chosen. According to Sport, Pedri Gonzalez seen as a possible candidate for the job by some within the dressing room at Barca. The 20-year-old midfielder, who won the Golden Boy Award in 2021, has grown into a permanent fixture in the starting 11 for Barca and is seen as the beating heart in their midfield unit. While there is no questioning Pedri's influence and importance on the pitch, the report states that he is a beloved figure within the dressing room as well. Pedri is seen as a friendly, cheerful man, of course, who has won over the affection of his teammates. Pedri usually seen spending time with the likes of Eric, Gavi, Ferran, because of them being in the similar age group. However, he gets along with everyone in that dressing room. Given his quality on the field and the fact that teammates look to him for solutions during difficult phases in matches, there is a belief within the dressing room that Pedri is more of a captain than he appears to be. As iterated earlier, the voting process to elect new captain will soon be held, and Pedri could very well be a contender for the role. Ousmane Dembele also seen as an option given his newfound maturity and growing importance, while the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Ronald Araujo, and Frankie de Jong would also be in contention. Of course, the issue of Barca captaincy will be something for much debate. Many fans have their opinions. People have been talking about the players they wish they should become the third and fourth captain. We know since Busquets and Alba decided to hang up their boots as Barca players, there have been a lot of debate as to who should be the preferred third and choice captain to fill that role. Of course, I think personally for me, as I said yesterday, Ronald Araujo should be given a chance, and also Robert Lewandowski. We're talking about players who have that leadership skills in them, who have that leadership charisma, who have that leadership personality, and it's what matters the most when you talk about giving captaincy to somebody. Even though, yes, Barca have that long tradition of longevity to give the first captain, but for me, it makes no sense. That's my own opinion. It makes no sense. Sergio Roberto is not a captain by nature. He is not a leader by nature. And if he's likely to be given that captain role, which is it have been tradition that the most senior most player or the most player, in fact, the player with the highest length, the oldest player in the team at that moment takes the captain. Um, I don't know. It should be something that will change over time, hopefully, because we need players who have that leadership role, who can carry the dressing room, who can motivate his teammates, who can be seen as a role model to some of them. And I think for me, Sergio Roberto is not that type of person who have the leadership qualities. And I think how can you give a leadership a leadership role to somebody who is not even a starter in the first place. That's what baffles me. But let's see. Talking about Pedri, Pedri is also a player that, very good player, but I still can't tell if he should be fit. But personally, for me, I think for that captaincy role, um, one of those roles should be filled by Ronald Araujo and the other by Robert Lewandowski. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Joao Felix is a player that has been admired for a long time now by Barca. Um, Even though President John Laporta, he did publicly admitted to having tried to sign the Atletico Madrid forward in recent past. Joao Felix finds himself at crossroads in his career as he is uninterested in continuing at Atletico under Diego Simeone. His loan spell at Chelsea in the second half of last season did not do much to revitalize his situation at his club. And of course, he doesn't want to go there again no matter what. He wants to look for a new club. Now, Felix waits for resolution of his future. AS is reporting that the Portuguese continues to have a desire to play for Barca. However, that is seen as impossible task, an impossible dream at this point in time because of many reasons, as we know. For starters, despite Barca's past admiration of Joao Felix, financial situation of Barca prohibits them from even thinking about a move for the former Benfica man. Furthermore, there does not appear to be any space for the player to enter Xavi's tactical scheme of things. The report states that Barca had come close to signing Felix from Atletico in January 2022. There was an agreement between the two clubs over a deal that would have been seeing them share ownership of the versatile forward, but the Rojiblancos backtracked. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.